Jealousy, it's like an invisible storm cloud that casts a shadow over even the brightest moments in life. What's even more ironic is how we can sometimes feel at ease with people who secretly wish us harm. They smile, they laugh, they act like friends, but underneath it all, they're quietly rooting for our downfall. And here's the kicker: those who feel jealousy rarely admit it. Instead, their negativity leaks out subtly, like a slow drip hinting at their true feelings, without them ever saying a word. Today we're going to cut through the fog of jealousy and discuss how to spot the signs so you don't have to walk through life wondering who's celebrating your successes and who's secretly wishing for your failure. Let's dive into the 10 unmistakable signs someone may be jealous of you and how to handle it like a Stoic. By the end of this article, you'll have the tools to handle jealousy from others with confidence, wisdom, and poise. Jealousy often arises from unhealthy comparisons. People observe your successes, the carefully curated highlight reel of your life, and assume everything is perfect. But jealousy isn't always a grand, visible emotion. In fact, it tends to grow quietly in the background, fueled by insecurities. The closer someone is to you, the more access they have to your life. And if they can't handle your success, their jealousy can fester beneath the surface. The thing is, everyone feels envy at some point. The real test is how we handle it. Do we let it grow into bitterness, or do we recognize it for what it is and let it go? Similarly, spotting jealousy in others isn't always straightforward. It's not just a harmless feeling, it can build into resentment and even sabotage. Knowing how to recognize it in others is crucial in safeguarding your peace of mind. As we break down these 10 signs, keep in mind that jealousy is not your problem. It's the jealous person's issue. You can't control how others feel, but you can control how you respond. Sign 1. They copy you. Have you ever noticed someone start mimicking everything you do? At first, it might feel like flattery. They praise your ideas eagerly, ask about your process, and even seem inspired by your work. But over time, it starts to feel less like admiration and more like competition. And what's worse, they never admit they're copying you. Let me share an example. James, a talented interior designer, had a colleague, Brian, who often asked for James's input on his projects. At first, James was happy to help, sharing his ideas and expertise. But over time, he noticed something odd. Brian wasn't just listening, he was replicating James' designs. One day, Brian showed up to an event with a setup almost identical to James's. When praised, Brian smiled, but never acknowledged the inspiration came from James. This kind of behavior comes from insecurity, not creativity. People like Brian often copy others to feel a sense of worth, but they don't realize that imitation only highlights their lack of originality. What people admire about James isn't just his designs. It's the authenticity and creativity he puts into his work. So what should you do when someone starts copying you? Focus on your work. Don't let their actions distract you. Keep creating, evolving, and building upon your ideas. Set boundaries. Be selective with whom you share your creative ideas. Not everyone deserves insight into your process. Keep evolving. True creativity is always a step ahead of imitation. If you're always innovating, no one will be able to catch up. Be generous. Wish them clarity and the ability to find their own unique path. While they may try to copy, they can never truly replicate you. Remember, no matter how much they try, they will never truly be you. And that, my friend, is your greatest strength. Sign 2. They try to bring you down. Jealousy often manifests in subtle, insidious ways, designed to make you doubt yourself or diminish your accomplishments. Imagine you just finished a major project at work, poured your heart into it, and shared your success with a colleague. Instead of celebrating with you, they say, "It's good, but I think it could have been better if you tried this differently." A small comment, but one that shakes your confidence nonetheless. Jealous people often undermine you in ways that feel like subtle attacks. They might give you false information to sabotage your plans, isolate you from important groups, or even spread rumors to tarnish your reputation. It's hard to deal with, especially when it comes from people you trust. So what can you do? Reassess your inner circle. Betrayal often comes from those closest to you. Don't share everything with people who have proven themselves untrustworthy. Set boundaries. Protect yourself by distancing yourself from negativity and those who intentionally try to bring you down. Stay calm when others try to drag you down. Seek support from those who truly care about you. Practice forgiveness, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Protect your peace. Your value is not determined by their judgment, but by the good you bring to the world. Keep moving forward and focus on your goals. Remember, no matter how hard they try to pull you down, your worth isn't dependent on their opinion. You know who you are, and that's all that matters. Sign 3. They pretend to be happy for you. Not everyone rejoices in your success. Some people hide their jealousy behind forced smiles and hollow congratulations. You may have experienced this firsthand. You share some good news, like getting promoted, and your friend smiles and congratulates you. But their body language says otherwise. They avoid eye contact. Their smile doesn't reach their eyes, and they quickly change the subject. While their words may seem cheerful, their discomfort or bitterness is palpable. Jealous individuals are not only uncomfortable with your success, they may even feel better when you fail. When you encounter a setback, they might be the first to spread the word, taking satisfaction in your struggles because for a moment, it validates their own insecurities. How do you handle people like this? Set boundaries. You don't need to share every victory with everyone. Limit your interactions with people who can't genuinely celebrate your success. Protect your spirit. Stay focused on your journey. Your success is yours alone, and you don't need others' approval to feel accomplished. Let go of expectations. Not everyone will understand or support your success, and that's okay. What matters is that you know you're on the right path. Not everyone will cheer for you, but that doesn't mean your success is any less significant. Keep moving forward and celebrate with those who truly support you. Sign 4. They discourage your great ideas. One of the more subtle signs of jealousy is when someone discourages your ideas instead of encouraging them. When you share a new exciting idea with someone, they might respond with skepticism or outright criticism. They could dismiss your idea as unrealistic or impractical, or they might raise unnecessary doubts about your ability to succeed. Let's say you have an idea for a small business like opening a cozy coffee shop. When you share this dream, a friend might say, "I don't know if there's enough demand for a coffee shop here." Or, "Do you really think you have the experience to run a business?" These comments aren't meant to help you. They're meant to plant seeds of doubt to make you hesitate. What should you do when faced with this kind of discouragement? Filter out the negativity. Not all advice is valuable. If someone's comments are negative or dismissive, set them aside and focus on your vision. Trust yourself. If you believe in your idea and have done the research, don't let others hold you back. Pursue your dreams with confidence. Set boundaries. Limit sharing your plans with people who consistently sow doubt. Share your ideas with those who support you and encourage your growth. Use criticism as fuel. Let their discouragement motivate you to prove them wrong. Show them that your ideas have the power to succeed no matter what they say. Remember, your ideas are valuable and your vision matters. Don't let the negativity of others hold you back from pursuing what excites you. Sign 5. They try to make you feel like you're doing too much. Have you ever encountered someone who tells you to slow down or take it easy, suggesting that you're doing too much? While some might genuinely be concerned for your well-being, often this comes from a place of jealousy. People who can't keep up with your pace or who are too afraid to pursue their own big dreams may attempt to hold you back, making you feel like your ambitions are unrealistic or even too much to handle. Take Mike, for example. He was a hard-working colleague who always went above and beyond to deliver outstanding results. But a coworker once said to him, "Mike, why are you doing so much? Relax, you don't need to work that hard." At first, Mike felt confused, questioning if he was overdoing it. But soon he realized that the comment had little to do with his work ethic, and everything to do with the other person's insecurities. Jealousy often arises when people feel threatened by your ambition or drive. They can't match your energy, so they try to diminish your efforts to make themselves feel better. But remember, no one has the right to dictate your pace or your path, except you. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we don't need external validation to live our lives. If you're pursuing your dreams with determination, continue on that path. Your success isn't for anyone's approval. It's for your fulfillment. How to respond. Stay focused on your goals. Don't let others' negative comments sway you from your journey. Trust in your abilities and pursue what matters to you. Reassess your circle. Pay attention to who's speaking and offering advice. Filter out those who discourage your progress, and surround yourself with people who genuinely support you. Use their words as motivation. Let their jealousy fuel your determination. Their attempts to hold you back are merely proof that you're on the right path. Remember, you were made to grow, not to be held back. Keep striving forward. Sign 6. They offer bad advice in disguise. Jealous people often disguise their harmful intentions behind well-meaning advice. They may suggest changes or give tips that on the surface seem like helpful guidance. However, when you dig deeper, you realize that their advice is steering you in the wrong direction. This could be due to their own envy or insecurities. They might not want to see you succeed, or they fear your progress. For instance, Sarah, an ambitious entrepreneur, shared her groundbreaking startup idea with a colleague. Instead of offering constructive feedback, the colleague suggested she pivot her strategy, even though Sarah's plan was well thought out and had great potential. Sarah soon realized that the advice wasn't meant to help. It was designed to make her doubt herself and hinder her progress. How to respond. Stand firm in your values. No advice, no matter how well-meaning, is worth compromising your integrity. Always evaluate advice through the lens of your values. Seek guidance from trusted sources. Not all advice is valuable, especially from people who may not have your best interests at heart. Turn to mentors, people who have been where you want to go, for more reliable counsel. Filter out negativity. You have the right to dismiss advice that doesn't align with your goals. Trust your instincts and stay true to your path. Remember, lasting success isn't built on shortcuts or misleading advice. It's built on hard work, perseverance, and staying grounded in your principles. Sign 7. They compare you to others to make you feel unworthy. Another common sign of jealousy is when someone consistently compares you to others in a way that diminishes your accomplishments. When you share a success, they might downplay it by saying something like, "Well, that's great, but have you seen how much better someone else is doing?" Instead of celebrating your victory, they attempt to make you feel inadequate by measuring your worth against others. Take Linda, for example. She had recently been featured in a local newspaper for her achievements. When she shared this moment with a friend, his response was, "Not bad, but have you seen Alex's company? He's pulling in double your revenue." Such comments don't just dampen Linda's spirit. They make her feel like her accomplishments are insignificant compared to someone else's. How to respond. Don't internalize comparisons. Your success is your own, and it doesn't need to be measured against anyone else's. Be proud of what you've accomplished, regardless of how others are doing. Reevaluate who you share your achievements with. Not everyone will celebrate you, and that's okay. Limit your interactions with people who try to diminish your worth. Focus on your own journey. Everyone's path is different, and your success doesn't need to be compared to someone else's. Surround yourself with those who encourage your growth and inspire you to be your best self. Your achievements are valid and deserving of celebration. Don't let anyone's jealousy make you doubt that. Sign 8. They always think you're trying to insult them when you advise them. Jealous individuals can be incredibly defensive when it comes to receiving advice or constructive criticism. Even when you're offering help, they may take your suggestions as personal insults or attacks. They might snap at you, accuse you of trying to undermine them, or act like you're trying to put them down, even when your intentions are entirely supportive. Sarah tried to help a coworker, Mark, by offering him advice on how to improve his report. She thought she was being helpful, but Mark immediately snapped, "Do you think you're better than me?" This kind of reaction isn't about you. It's about Mark's insecurity and his own jealousy. How to respond? Stay calm and composed. Don't take their defensiveness personally. Understand that their reaction is more about their insecurities than your advice. Clarify your intentions. If necessary, gently remind them that you're trying to help, not criticize. For example, say, "I just want to make our work easier and more effective. Let me know if you'd like any support." Reevaluate the relationship. If the defensiveness continues, it might be time to distance yourself from people who can't see your genuine intentions. Remember, you can't control how others perceive you, but you can control how you respond. Always act with kindness and clarity. And don't let someone else's insecurities affect your peace. Sign 9. They attribute your success to luck instead of hard work. One of the most hurtful signs of jealousy is when people dismiss your achievements by attributing them to luck rather than recognizing the hard work and effort you've put in. It's common to hear comments like, "You must have just gotten lucky," or "the stars aligned for you this time." Such remarks undermine the time, effort, and sacrifices you've made to reach your goals. They refuse to acknowledge your dedication and instead try to trivialize your success by reducing it to mere chance. Take James, who spent months preparing for the bar exam. He stayed up late, sacrificed personal time, and studied diligently. When he passed the exam, someone said, "You probably just got lucky with the questions." This comment dismissed all his hard work, reducing his success to random luck. This type of remark is a classic tactic of jealousy. Rather than celebrating your effort, jealous people try to diminish your achievements by attributing them to something they believe is out of your control and thus something they can't be envious of. How to respond? Celebrate your achievements unapologetically. When people try to reduce your success to luck, reaffirm the hard work and effort that led to it. Don't be shy about acknowledging the dedication it took to get there. You've earned it. Own your narrative. Whether it's your career, faith, or personal life, share your story with pride. Explain the challenges you've overcome and the work you've put in. By doing so, you remind others and yourself of the true source of your success. Stay grounded. Remember that your success is not dependent on the opinions of others. You don't need their validation to know that your accomplishments are meaningful. Celebrate with those who genuinely understand the value of hard work and perseverance. Stay confident in your path and know that your hard work combined with a little luck is what led you to where you are today. Your achievements are valid, and no one can take that away from you. Sign 10. They avoid celebrating your achievements. Jealous individuals often find it uncomfortable to celebrate your success because it highlights their own insecurities. Rather than acknowledging your accomplishments, they might stay silent or even downplay your achievements. You may share good news, such as a promotion or completing a difficult project, and instead of receiving genuine congratulations, they might brush it off with a comment like, "It's not that big of a deal," or even ignore your success altogether. Laura, a friend of mine, had just completed her master's degree while working full-time. She shared the news with an acquaintance, but his response was, "Oh, that program must not be that hard." Instead of recognizing her hard work, he dismissed it entirely. For Laura, this felt like a slap in the face, especially because she had sacrificed so much to achieve her goal. Jealousy often manifests through silence or passive-aggressive comments, especially when someone feels threatened by your success. Instead of congratulating you, They may belittle your achievement to avoid feeling inferior. How to respond? Don't let their silence undermine you. Your achievements are yours to be proud of, even if others don't acknowledge them. Recognize the effort you put into getting where you are, regardless of whether others celebrate it. Distance yourself from negative energy. If someone consistently refuses to acknowledge your success or tries to downplay it emotionally, distance yourself from them. You don't need toxic relationships in your life to feel validated. Celebrate with those who truly support you. Share your successes with people who genuinely care about you and appreciate your hard work. Surround yourself with those who lift you up and encourage you to continue striving for greatness. Recognize the sign of jealousy. When someone refuses to celebrate your achievements, it's a clear sign that their discomfort with your success is more about their own insecurity than anything you've done wrong. Don't let it affect you. Your successes are a reflection of your dedication, and no one else's jealousy can take away the value of what you've accomplished. Keep moving forward, and don't let anyone diminish your light. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most important tenets is the idea that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond. This concept is crucial when dealing with jealousy, which often arises from the insecurity of others. Here are a few Stoic principles to keep in mind when handling jealous people. Focus on what you can control. Jealousy is a natural human emotion, but it is not something you can control in others. What you can control is how you respond to it. By focusing on your own reactions and maintaining your peace, you keep your emotional energy intact. Do not allow someone else's jealousy to derail your sense of self-worth or your goals. Maintain emotional detachment. When faced with jealousy, it's important not to take it personally. Jealousy is rooted in the insecurities of others, not in your actions. By maintaining emotional detachment, you prevent yourself from being affected by their negativity. This doesn't mean you ignore the feelings of others, but rather that you don't allow their emotions to influence your mood or decision-making. Practice compassion, not retaliation. While it can be tempting to confront or retaliate against jealous individuals, Stoicism teaches us to approach these situations with compassion rather than anger. Understand that their jealousy comes from a place of internal conflict. Responding with kindness or simply choosing not to engage in negative behavior allows you to preserve your peace and rise above their negativity. Set boundaries. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of protecting your inner peace by setting boundaries with others. This can mean limiting your exposure to jealous people or being selective about what personal information you share with them. Boundaries protect your emotional well-being and help you focus on your own growth and progress. Stay true to your path. No matter what others say or do, remain steadfast in your own journey. Stoicism teaches us to live according to our values and purpose, not to seek validation from external sources. Jealousy often arises when people feel threatened by your progress or success. But their opinion is irrelevant to your true worth. Celebrate your successes. Don't be afraid to celebrate your achievements, even if others do not. Your success is a reflection of your effort, and you have every right to be proud of what you've accomplished. Celebrate with those who support you and keep moving forward in your journey. Your achievements are a testament to your hard work and dedication. Dealing with jealousy can be challenging, but by understanding the signs and responding with stoic wisdom, you can maintain your peace and protect your emotional well-being. Jealousy often stems from insecurity and comparisons, and it is not your responsibility to manage or fix other people's emotions. What you can control is how you respond. By setting boundaries, focusing on your path, and responding with compassion and detachment, you can rise above the negative influence of jealous individuals. Your success, your journey, and your personal growth are all valid and worthy of celebration, regardless of how others perceive them. Remember that jealousy is not your problem, it's theirs. You don't need to internalize their feelings or let their negativity affect you. Instead, continue to move forward with confidence, knowing that your achievements are a direct result of your dedication, creativity, and hard work. Keep shining, keep striving, and stay true to who you are. Your light is not for others to dim. It's meant to illuminate the path to your fullest potential. Stay stoic, stay resilient, stay confident.